notorious terrorist group, Jemaah Islamiyah. He was arrested earlier this month.
Well, last hour, we brought you part one of the interview. Now in part two, Dan Rivers talks with Dujana about the crimes he's accused of and about the larger war on terror.
The Indonesian police describe Abu Dujana as the most dangerous terrorist suspect they've ever dealt with. They say he's intelligent, cunning and evasive. He's used 7 different aliases. It took 4 years for the police to catch him. Police are convinced Abu Dujana sanctioned this attack at the Marriott Hotel in Jakarta in 2003, a suicide bombing that killed 12 people and injured another 150. Abu Dujana admits he attended a key meeting before the attack. Jemaah Islamiyah's chief bomb maker was there. His name is Nordin Mohammed Top, and he's still on the run.
It's true, I did have a meeting with Nordin before the Marriott bombing, but that doesn't mean I was involved in the attack. In that meeting, we were just aligning our views with each other. There was absolutely no discussion about planning any bombing.
But at the time, you were a senior member of Jemaah Islamiyah. Are you saying you had no prior knowledge whatsoever of a major attack by the organisation that you were a senior member of?
I had no prior knowledge of it, as far as it being part of Jemaah Islamiyah's plans. There's one thing I want to clear up. The bombings that have been attributed to Jemaah Islamiyah, we didn't do it.
But you knew where Nordin was before the Marriott bombing. You could have handed him over to the police. With one phone call, you could have saved lives, and you chose not to do that. And by not ringing the police, by not handing over Nordin Top, you are complicit in murder. It's perfectly clear, isn't it?
I believe Nordin is my brother. We are undeniably brothers in Islam. I cannot tell on him and surrender him to the police or to institutions that don't recognize Sharia law and that are obviously influenced by America to fight against Islam.
His allegiance to the cause runs deep. There's no sympathy for the victims of terrorism. Just listen to his reaction to the events of September the 11th.
As an enemy of America, and because it was a result of America's arrogance, I was happy.
Almost 3,000 people died that day.
Yes, it was their fault. It was America's own fault.
And at one point he goes further, saying Americans are legitimate targets.
Because of America's arrogance, many in the Muslim world believe it's permissible to kill American soldiers or civilians. It's halal. It's permitted.
Dujana has a wife and children. His lawyer has said he's planning to sue the police after being wrestled to the floor and shot in the leg when he was arrested at the family home. But regardless of how the case ends, Abu Dujana vows he'll remain committed to Jemaah Islamiyah. Abu Dujana admits he met Osama bin Laden while fighting with the Mujahideen in Afghanistan in the 1980s. He says his group shares al-Qaeda's aim of establishing a hardline Islamic State.
We are aligned in our principles, but when it comes to strategies on the ground, we differ. Al-Qaeda operates globally, but Jemaah Islamiyah works only within Indonesia.
And what would be your message to those in power in the West?
My message is, give Muslims the chance to be in power so that justice can be served. If they refuse, we'll continue doing what we're doing.
And in fact, Abu Dujana suggests someone may already have been chosen as military commander of this terrorist group that promises more attacks ahead. Dan Rivers, CNN, Yogyakarta, Indonesia.
So what now is the military status and power of Jemaah Islamiyah? We'll have more on Abu Dujana and on J.I. in our next hour.